What's up YouTube, and welcome to a video by the Unlucky Lads. This will detail the raid intel skips and black box locations on critical, regular and low for the raid starting on the 11th of November running through to the 17th of November, which is Project Titan week 312. Thank you for the support of our channel. We really do love it all and hope you'll continue to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, or even donate using the link in our description. We still make these raid intel and black box videos for you every week, and it's your views, likes and comments that genuinely drive us to keep making them, which allows you to quickly complete the raids and collect the black boxes as soon as the Project Titan week begins. For critical this week, the modifiers will be friendly fire, injuries bleed, and realistic reload. And using the intel skips, you'll need to begin by grabbing one intel at the abandoned site to the west of Golem Island, also known as the fishing village. Once you have that, you can input the password into the node at the top of chemical pipeline, which will then open up Baal at the chemical refinery. And after you beat the tank Titan, you can head into Sector 2. Gargoyle requires 2 intels at Salamander, then the interrogation of the sniper at Camp Phoenix, and lastly inputting the password he gives you into the node at Testing Zone. And Supercomputer just requires 4 nodes at Missile Site Ruins to be pressed together. Once you've beaten Gargoyle at Testing Zone, and Supercomputer at the building in the sea, you can move into Sector 3. For Cerberus this week, you'll need 2 intels at Prototype Workshop, before getting a further 1 intel at Traces of Ancient Ruins, which is the cave next to Scandium Mine. Then you can interrogate the bandaged guy at Red Phoenix, before inputting the password he gives you into the node at the top of Lava Duct. Once you've done all of that, you'll have access to Cerberus at the top of Lava Shield, where you can complete this week's raid. And if you're looking for the black box raid chests, there are 2 in Sector 1. The first at Satellite Dish and the other at Chemical Pipeline. Then there'll be 2 boxes in Sector 2, the first at Camp Phoenix and the other at Missile Site Ruins. And finally there's 2 more in Sector 3, the first at Prototype Workshop, with the last being at Lava Duct. This time the critical modifier we want to mention is injuries bleed, because in our opinion this one isn't too bad, especially when a syringe can heal minor injuries anyway, so as long as you heal up quickly, then the bleeding effect shouldn't cause too much extra bother. Plus we found we don't seem to get that many injuries during the raid, but if you're a little bit more unlucky than us, you can just buy or craft syringes when travelling between the sectors. Regarding the critical intel segment we're bringing to your attention, it's in Sector 3, due to the fact that at first glance it looks like it's fairly involved, but we wanted to highlight that the last 2 parts can be done without alerting the bases. For example, at Red Phoenix you can sneak down the side and grab the guy before anyone notices, and then at Lava Duct you could use your cloaking ability to press the corner node. That said, if you have any issues with the raid, please comment and we'll try to help you earn your rewards. Moving on to regular and low, there are no modifiers and it does just use last week's critical intel and black box locations. So begin by collecting 1 intel from the Cold War site to the northwest of Golem Island. After you have that, you can input the password into the node at Heliport to grant access to Baal at the chemical refinery. And once you beat the tank Titan, you can head into Sector 2. Gargoyle requires 3 intels at Camp Salamander before interrogating the 2 redheads, one at Camp Phoenix and the other down at Missile Site Ruins. Once you've interrogated both guys, you'll need to input the password into the node at Testing Zone. For Supercomputer, there's no intel required, so you can just go straight to the Quantum Boss battle to defeat it. With Gargoyle beaten at Testing Zone, and Supercomputer destroyed at the building in the sea, you can head into Sector 3. Here you'll notice no intel is required for Cerberus either, which means you can head straight up to the Lava Shield and finish the raid once you beat the final boss. And if you're looking for the black boxes this week, there are 2 in Sector 1. The first at Satellite Dish and the other is at Heliport. Then there'll be 2 boxes in Sector 2, the first at Salamander and the other at Missile Site Ruins. And finally there aren't any in Sector 3 due to the free Titan there. Now let's take a quick look at the regular and low recap, which as you can see is just last week's critical raid, but without the modifiers and is slightly less difficult. Do bear in mind that you can still get some awesome rewards playing both of these raids, but only regular will have level 300 drops, because low has a maximum level of 250, for gear and guns. That's all for now. We hope you enjoyed our Intel and Black Box video enough to leave a like and comment. Plus subscribe or donate if you haven't already. Please also continue letting your friends know about our channel, because all of your support genuinely drives us to keep making our content. So until next time, peace out, the unlucky lads.